Hey y'all, Rhonda here. I'm back with more Diamond Press. Which, when am I not back with Diamond Press, huh? This is the mini slimline nesting, and I went ahead and I was feeling all, needing to organize everything. So when I purchased a whole bunch of stuff at one time, and they came in, and usually I leave them in the box until I use them and then do all this. But I was like, no, girl's gonna get her done. So they come with the um, I am at a loss for words. Man. Well, I'll tell you what it was. I had a little, a little low blood sugar attack, which I'm hypoglycemic now. Go me. And so I've been doing really well. I mean, I had some really bad episodes. And I've been doing really well. I've been eating a lot more during the day. I'm always snacking good stuff. And I haven't had any episodes in like 2 weeks. Doing really well. And so I was out running errands today and doing a bunch of stuff, and picked up my daughter, and we had to run to Ulta and some other places. So we ran into Ulta, getting some stuff, and she's like, Mom, can we go ahead and go? My belly's kind of hurt. And I'm like, okay. She'd been at a band thing all day. I said, sure. So we're checking out, and I'm thinking, ooh, I'm not feeling really great. We start walking out, and man, I broke out in a sweat and started getting sick. And we got in the truck, and I mean, I was shaking bad. And I said, let me have my blood sugar machine. And checked it, and it was 51. Like, really? So I carry those little glucose tablets with me. So I popped a few of those, and we ran to, Freddy's, got some French fries. So I ate those on the way home and started feeling better. But man, it takes a lot out of you. So hence, I'm sure, the forgetfulness with the words. Or maybe I'm just tired. Who knows? Anyway, so back to this. I love this storage system. They have the boxes, the little tabs here, and then I use my labeling machine. It's a little Brother labeling machine, and type that up and slide that in, and you're golden. So this set came with, let's put this over here, mini slimline. Came with mini slimline cards and envelopes. How nice is that? And then we have our little instructions sheet. So here's the different slimline dies, and then you can nest them, hence nesting, the name, and make frames or borders, whatever you want to call them. And then we have lots of foliage, flowers and leaves, and then we have sentiments, little banners to cut those out, and little inspiration there. So I was thinking I wanted to do something that made it pop. Noise alert. And did I hinge these? Oh, I did not. So I wasn't that organized, was I? Okay. So a lot of you know I have this thing about hinging my carrier sheets. These are not even, so let me even these up. I'll do one with you really quickly. We'll see. And then sometimes I try to get these even, and then they're cut wrong, which this one is. Cut a little whopper jaw there. Which way? We'll do it this way, which is upside down. Okay, that's going to bug me, so we'll go from this way. I know. We all have our little crazy stuff. All right, so we're going to hinge it on this side. So I'll do one with you. So I take my packing tape. Hopefully it won't make that noise. Oh, come on. Sorry. I know you're probably screaming at me. So I take a piece of my packing tape. Maybe I shouldn't be doing a video here. And I lay it down. And I try to line it up on a line so I can see where I'm putting it. And then I take the top, which I think we decided this was the top, and I lay it about halfway in the middle there. And then I take this part and fold it over. And is it ever just perfectly halfway? No. And burnish that down really well. Grab some scissors. And then I trim off these tails. And let's do this side. I gotta get my trash can back under me. I have one that's right under here usually. Found the best one. I got those little ones like you have in the bathrooms, and they're you know, they're cone shaped kind of, and I was always knocking it over and all this. Well, I was at the Dollar Tree, found one, pretty good size. I mean, still kind of a bathroom size, but anyway, pretty good size, and it was straight up and down. Love it. And usually it sits right underneath me so I could just scrape stuff in there, but I was doing something and moved it. Haven't moved it back. So the whole purpose of that is now it's hinged, because what happens is you take it off, you lay it down, and I mean, if it wasn't glaring, it disappears. And if you've got a bunch of stuff on your desk, trying to find it, you get frustrated, blah, all that stuff. So I hinge all of these. I don't have to worry about losing it. I don't have to worry about trying to get it back on there straight. So yada, yada, yada. And I'll do this one in a minute. So lots of beautiful flowers. We get our cutting folder, which these will work in any die cutting machine. So we have our mini Slimline nesting dies there, and then dies to cut out all these beautiful flowers. So I want these flowers to be bright and pop. So I'm going to stamp these on marker paper because I want to use alcohol markers. You can use cardstock. I don't advise it. If you use alcohol markers, you need to use alcohol paper. If you use regular cardstock, it really sucks the ink. And then two, it's really difficult to blend. So to get the most out of your product, use marker paper. If you use watercolor pencils, watercolor markers, use watercolor paper. So again, you can get the most out of your product. If you use regular cardstock with anything water and you try to blend it, it will not blend. It will not pull. It will not, it just won't work. So anyway, you can get, you know, pads at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and it says marker paper. And do I have one here? No. And then some of the, like Spectre Noir and some of those, they have their paper. But you can tell it's really a really smooth, slick, it just feels different. But anyway, you can get a pad from little ones up to great big ones. You know, buy one, get one free, get whatever size you can manage, and then that will last you forever because you're just going to use the piece that you stamp these on and then die cut it out. So you're not going to be using, you know, like for your backgrounds or whatever. Same way with the watercolor paper. So I'm going to use my Diamond Press alcohol markers. And so for the base, I was thinking something kind of bold. Black, maybe as my frame. And then as the background, this is Diamond Press. This is Plaids, Dots, and Stripes. Love this one, the black and white, and love this one. And then with these bright colors of the flowers, I think it'll look really cool. So we will give it a try. And if not, it's only paper, right? Right. All right, well, let me get my stuff, and we will get these stamped, and I'll get that one hinged. I'll be right back. Okay, since I was explaining about the alcohol markers and the inks and all of that stuff, I thought we would have just a little 411. So what I did here is I just took one of the stamps out of this set, stamped it with a different color inks, and so I have like my, you can see I have them in order up there. So I have my VersaFine, which I love, Hero Hues by Hero Arts, Memento Archival Ink, and Gina K Amalgam Ink. So usually they will say on the back, you know, it's good for water, it's good for whatever. Sometimes they don't. So this, I've got them in order here. I picked a light colored marker so you can see. I'm going to scooch you in here. Maybe put your seatbelt on. There we go. And it's interesting. I just use a little stamping block and a foam stamping pad to do this, but you can see the different darknesses of the different inks. So anyway, and then I heat set it, which I always like to do that. No matter what ink I use, no matter what, you know, if I'm doing watercolor or if I'm doing alcohol, I always heat set it just because. All right, so let's, this is, oh, it's got a little schmutz on there. Clean that off a little bit. What's up with that? I must have poked it in there one too many times the wrong way. Okay, the first one is the VersaFine. So let's try this. I'm going to color over the line. That's just a dark yellow. I thought it was brighter, but you know, you can't ever tell. That's why you swatch everything. That's what it looks like. Okay, so that's VersaFine. So the next one is the Hero Hues. So let's just do this. No smudging at all. Memento. Nope. And then we have Archival. And last but not least, we have Gina K Amalgam Ink. No smearage. This VersaFine, it did a little bit. See how it just ever so slightly kind of loosens that up. It's not as crisp and clear as this one. Okay, so here again, use the correct inks, use the correct paper, because you know these companies work really hard to make a good product for you, and you know, for you to get the best out of it, to enjoy it, use the right products that go with it. All right, so VersaFine is out. The other 4 are good to go, and you can see no smearage. All right, let me back you up here. Hang on, put your seatbelt on. All right, there we go. All right, and so really with Diamond Press, you don't have to use a stamping platform. You can. They're great. I mean, I do most of the time, but I tell you, Diamond Press stamps, you know, and I always say, you know, when you get a new stamp, stamp it off, ink it up, stamp it on just scratch paper, throwaway paper, whatever, and do that a couple of times because a lot of times there's a residue or something on there. With these, out of the box, I mean, they just stamp beautifully. So, I am going to use, what was the one that looked the darkest? I'm going to use Memento. All right, we're just going to stamp some of these out. I don't know which ones we're going to use for sure, but you know, here we go with the black pants. You have your base, and then you know, you pick out your blouse, your jewelry, your shoes, your purse, and then sometimes it doesn't match or you're not in the mood for this or that, so then you change your blouse, then you have to change your purse, and that's how I craft. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go through and stamp these. So like I said, I don't know which ones for sure I'm going to use, but I can use them for something else if I don't use them on this project. All right, well, let me finish stamping, inking, and stamping, and then we'll get to coloring. Okay, as you can see, I've actually been doing some coloring. I went ahead because you don't need to see me color all of this, but I thought we would do one together, just in case you're not really familiar with alcohol markers. I thought we would do them together. So just like a lot of things, I didn't know exactly which one I was going to use, what color scheme, and so I just started pulling them all. So with these, they have light, medium, and dark, you know, with the sapphire, with the orange, different things. It's always best whenever you get any kind of markers, watercolor, alcohol, anything, really any colored medium, it's best to swatch it out. Because they are so much different. Okay, look. There are these 3 colors, which they're not, there we go, in order. But different, very different. The oranges, I mean, they're close, but there's always a difference. So the deal with alcohol markers, you're going to saturate your image. On the back side, you should be able to see pretty much the image. So when you color, make sure you're on something that, you know, like a glass mat or something. It doesn't matter if the markers get on it. So let's start with this one right here. I will scoot you in. And now there are some people that say go from dark to light. Some go from light to dark. I say play a lot. Yes, watch a few videos, but don't overload yourself because there's so many opinions. And I know there's some experts out there. I know Copics has you know, all kinds of classes on how to do this, but don't overload yourself. Don't get frustrated. Don't, you know, oh, the light source has to be coming this way, so the shading and the... No, just play, just have fun. And then as you go and if you really, really get into it, then start taking, you know, pick of like Copics or pick Spectrum Noir or whatever. Or if there's an artist that you really like, stick with one and learn from them and grow with them. But don't get frustrated. Don't overthink it. Just have fun with it. So my method is light to dark. So we're going to start right here with this little, and then look, you would think I grabbed this one because I thought, whoops, because I thought it was the lightest one. That's actually medium. This one is the light one. I know. So swatch it out. You know, there's even stamp sets. I have one from Waffle Flower that has these little boxes, little grids, so you can stamp it, you can color it, you can shade it. But anyway, swatch it out so that way you'll know what colors, and then you don't have to go through this every time you want the color. You have your color chart. You can just pull it out and go from there. All right. So you kind of have to work a little fast with alcohol markers because they dry, and yes, you do blend. There's a blender pen. Why they call it a blender pen, I don't know, because it does not blend. It actually removes ink. So if you know, make a little mark outside of the line, it will help remove that. But as far as shading, blending, that's not what it's for. Just a little FYI, I know it's confusing. All right, so I have the light. So what I do is I just color all of this in. And then I will go in with usually my dark and then my medium and back to my light. And that's why some people don't care for alcohol markers, because there's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. And you notice this is like one coat. If I was to go over it again, you can actually shade with the same color. So you see this right here, okay? If I go over it again, see how much darker it has gotten? So I'm actually shading with just the same marker. All right, so let's get dark. What I'm going to do is a little bit of this. Like I said, you need to work a little, you know, a little quickly. Let's do some medium. And usually your inside is darker and then it graduates out to a lighter. So then I'm going to go back in with this and pull that dark out just a little bit. And then if you think, well, it needs to be a little darker in the middle, go back in with your dark and go over it again and see how it does darken it up, because you're adding layers of color. And then I think I did these dark just because I wanted to. You may think that they need to be light, but I thought it'd be the bottom of the flower, and those are kind of folded over. So to me, it was dark. All right, and then there's this one up here, this little one that's blooming out. Color that in. I usually have to concentrate pretty well on this, not have a lot of distractions, just because you have to go back and forth and kind of pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, there's a little one right there. We'll just do it, because it should be dark. Okay, we'll do a little bit of we'll do some leaves right here. All right, that's medium. Again, I thought that was the light. And like I said, it's not just these markers, it's all of them. All right, so I go in with my light. And I do little strokes. That's just me. Because, if I get to coloring like this, I usually go outside of the lines. I'll pull it in sometimes like this. And then my dark, I'm just going to hit these little veins. And then my medium and kind of pull this out a little bit where it's not so harsh. And then back to my light. And blend that in. And again, if you want a little darker in the middle, go back with your dark. And add a little bit more. All right, so this is what we have. I did a couple of the sprigs because, you're arranging flowers. And the pink ones, there's a little yellow one, and the purple and the blue. All right, so let me cut these out. I am going to, well, I'll do that with you. We'll make the frame together. So let me just cut these out, and then we will make the frame and build the card. All righty. Let's make a border. And I want a thick border. So let's do the biggest one and this one. Yeah, let's try that. Remember, it's only paper, right? If you don't like it, do it again. Is it going to fit? Just right on there. All right, I need some tape. Do you see the tape anywhere? Okay, I know it's here. Oh, there it is. Thanks. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this centered, taped down. Make sure we're on there. Do the best that you can. Tape those two together so they don't move. We better put another piece on there just so it doesn't get whopper jawed. And that's actually a technical term if you didn't know. Just like slaunchways. Should have put on the inside. Okay, let's trim this down. Now this is pretty heavy cardstock. I mean, this is like probably 110. And I need timber. So, because I want it to have a little oomph. And that just fits in there. Look, they act like they know what they're doing, huh? All right, let's run this through. And this little marquee, you don't think anything's going on. I mean, it just goes through so smooth and easily. I mean, this would be great if you have, arthritis and things that, because this is not difficult at all. I mean, it's not hard like, the other ones, and I have all the other ones. I just love that little machine. All right, let's see if this gave us what we wanted. And I shouldn't have put the tape right there, but I did. That's okay. Oh, there's the middle part, which we can use that for something else. Hold your mouth just right. Looky there. And there's just a border. And then we have this piece with the pretty little little dots, little holes in there, which we can use for another card. Put those to the side. And I went ahead and cut out a piece of that. I was going to do the stripes, but the stripes were really large. So I didn't think it looked quite right. So this was a little bit smaller. So I cut this out. And then we're going to have this frame. And we may pop that frame up. We may. All right. And then we have our flowers here that we could arrange. See, that's why I cut out several, because we don't know what we want. We just may want one. We may want several, like a garden. Now we cut out the greenery. All right, I'm thinking I'd like this one. Put it in the middle. Okay. All right, here we go. And I did, let's cut this out quickly. I did stamp a sentiment, sending a breath of springtime. So we're going to cut this out with this little banner. Come on. Like this. So let's go ahead and do that so we can, when we start arranging, we can add this into the mix. So run this through, and you can use these folders over and over. I mean, you can turn it this way, you can flip this around. I mean, you just use them until they break, literally. Or until they're just so chewed up that you can't stand the look of them anymore. Alright, and you guys, it just came out. The new, are you into the oddball, Stamping Bella oddballs? Oh my gosh, I think I have every oddball that they have produced. And they just came out with the Wizard of Oz. Oh my god, they are so cute. You have to go look at them. Of course, I already ordered them. They came out at midnight, so I stayed up to do that. And then the Princess and the Knight and two dragons that are hilarious. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you those and start making some cards. Oh my goodness. All right, let's glue. Let's make sure we're opening the correct way. Let's glue this down. And I like to use score tape. Let me grab some. I mean, you can use score tape. You can use liquid adhesive. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, this just, I don't know. I just like it. I use it when I have a chance. And I like it because it's flat. You don't have to use a lot. Okay, where's my... Gosh, clean up your desk. My goodness. All right, burnish that down so it's easier to peel off. Plus you want good contact. And I probably need my pokey tool. Oh, there it is. I see it. All right, so what I like to do is peel off an edge. Okay, oh, my inside here. Okay, peel off an edge a little bit and then dog ear it. Okay, bend it where it comes up like that. All right, then line this up where you want it. And don't press down that corner until you're satisfied. Then press that corner down and it's not going anywhere. Okay, and then just pull and burnish, and then lift up this side. Take the tape off, the backing off, burnish, and voila. So you don't need to be scared of score tape because it's really easy to work with. I do want to pop this up, and we may. Okay, let me get some dimensionals. All right, found some strips, and I think these are no, I was going to say they were diamond press, but I think they are hunky-dory. It doesn't say. Those are pretty good and thick. All right, make sure you have the right. Yeah, these are nice and thick. Peel one off. Let's see, we'll just go like this. And we will just trim it. Put that up. Like that. And just keep going around. Burnish those down well. And we'll do this. Oh, watch out, we got a jumper. Is that just, oh, just need a little bit smaller for that. Oh, another jumper. AJ had a band contest thing today, and they did very well. For you band people out there that know, they got 2s on, I don't know, something, and 1s on something else, and so they were really pleased with themselves, as they should be. So they were all happy campers. All right, so we have that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. And then let's see here. Let's arrange this a little bit. Do we need this? Do we need one over here? And then let's see, what about the sentiment? What do you think? I kind of like it. You could put it in the middle if you wanted to. Let's see. I think it'll kind of get lost in there. Well, I don't know. I kind of like it. All right, let's just go for it. All right, so that's going to go, I don't know. Let's glue this down. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the adhesive. I'm going to dog ear it because I don't want to stick this down and have to pull it up because it won't pull up. All right. Press my corner down so then it should stay in place. I'm going to hang on to it though, just in case. Make sure we're still lined up. Ooh. Okay, there we go. And then pull these pieces off. I think I'm going to get my pokey tool for assistance. I don't know what happened to this. It shrunk or something. Yeah, that sucker's hard to get off. All right. Let's see if we can get this off. You got to hold your mouth just right. And pull that off. And let's go ahead and pull these off before we smush it down because it's going to be tight to get those off, especially since we have a few pieces. All right, come on here. We can do it. Okay, let's do, don't stick yet, don't stick yet. And oh, one more piece. Okay, we're doing good so far. You got to talk to it. Okay. We should be fine. Voila. All right. Like it, like it, like it. All right, now let's make sure that our card opens up the correct way. And we said we liked that there, which we can cut a little bit of that off. And that can be tucked up, and then we can put a little dimensional behind it. And then a little more greenery there. I like it. I like it, I like it. All right, well, let's trim this off like that. That way it'll stay inside the card. We'll put a little glue there and a little bit there. Let me get my trusty dusty Nouveau glue, which I love. You know, with glue, everybody has their favorites. You know, I always say it's like Ford and Chevy. You know, it's like John Deere or International. I mean, they're both good products. You just got the diehards, you know, for one and the diehards for the other. All right, let's attach this one down first. But I really do like this. It's a little thicker than art glitter glue. It holds really well. Dries clear. What are we gonna do here? We need a little bit right there and a little bit up here maybe. Let's see if we can slide that in there. There we go. All right. Oh, we got to get our sentiment. Like I said, we could put it. Oh, we could actually pop it up right there. I like that. Let's pop it up. We have some pieces here. Let's cut this in half and see if that'll work. Looky there. Like I knew what I was doing. All right, let's peel this backing off. And oh, make sure you turn it the right direction. There we go. I'm pretty pleased with that one. It's, you know, it's simple. That flower pops. I mean, you could put any sentiment on it. I'm just pleased as punch with that. And, you know, any of these flowers would have worked. You know, it was just depending on, and I'm glad I cut them out because I can use these. And I could actually make, you know, I have 3 of these left. I could actually make 3 more cards just like this and then just add the different color flowers. Now, if it would have been a true slimline, we probably could have added more flowers and it would have looked good. But with it was, since it was the mini, we didn't want to overpower it. So anyway, there we go. Hope you like it. Hope it inspires you. Send somebody a card. You know, we make all these and we put them in a box and we enjoy them, hopefully. But pull one out and send it to somebody. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just put thinking of you and sign your name and off it goes. You know, everybody is, I mean, excited to get Happy Mail. Just absolutely thrilled. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I don't know, I have to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say besides thank you. I just appreciate it so much. And everybody commenting and thumbs up and all of that. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye for now.